It got a little cuckoo in the cockpit of a Delta Airlines flight earlier today when a bird flew onto the plane, then right into the cockpit. Well, it happened on a flight leaving Detroit, headed to Atlanta. And Fox 5's Natalie Foltz joining us live outside the airport where that plane arrived just a little while ago. Natalie?
Deidre, good evening to you. You know, my mom is a flight attendant, so through the years I've heard quite a lot of interesting stories, but I've never heard of a bird flying onto a plane and then into a cockpit. And what's so crazy about this story is this all happened before the plane ever left Detroit. A passenger tells me they were waiting to board, and that's when the pilot came out and told the ticket agent that there's a bird in the cockpit. Maintenance went on the plane and tried to find that bird, but they couldn't find it. They thought maybe the bird had flown out, and that's when everybody boarded that flight. So here, take a look at this video one passenger shared with us from on board the plane. Now the plane takes off for Atlanta, and a passenger I spoke with says once they were about 10,000 feet in the air, the pilot came over the intercom and had quite the announcement.
He made kind of a joking comment before we left and said that if we're at takeoff and he hears chirping, then he would have to turn the plane around. I thought he was kind of joking, but when we actually get in the air and he makes the statement that the bird is flying around the cockpit, you know, you start thinking in your mind this bird could touch instruments, it could affect flight patterns. You start thinking about all that stuff. So yeah, I was definitely concerned from that perspective.
So the plane returned back to Detroit, and the passenger I spoke with, Mr. Perry, tells me maintenance immediately came on board and found that bird and removed the bird from the plane. Now, Perry tells me that overall the mood was pretty understanding from other passengers, that they were just happy that the bird was off and they could finally get on their way back to Atlanta. Reporting live in Atlanta, Natalie Foltz, Fox 5 News.
Natalie, thank you.